Hi folks, Chris here. I thought I'd do a short series on the pentatonic scale. It's one of, if not the most used scale in modern music, rock and pop and so on. It's probably the first scale most guitarists learn, and although most of you might be familiar with the pentatonic, there's quite a lot that you can get out of this scale, and hopefully some of these tips and tricks will help you to get a little more out of the pentatonic than maybe you already have. So what is the pentatonic scale? Well, penta means 5 and tonic notes, so it's actually any 5-note scale. Now there are two most common pentatonic scales, that is the major pentatonic and the minor pentatonic, and I'll go over those both now. Let's start with the A minor pentatonic. So what do we have here? The first, the minor third, the natural fourth, the natural fifth, and the minor seventh. Then back to the 1. So those are the notes that make up a minor pentatonic scale. The first, the flat third, the fourth, the fifth, and the flat seventh. Because there are 5 notes in the scale, there are actually 5 positions in which we can play those 5 notes up and down the neck. So the first, most of you are probably already familiar with, that's this minor pentatonic box shape. And then we just move that up. And we're back to where we started. So this is probably the first area in which many guitarists could extend their knowledge of the pentatonic scale. A lot of people know this first box shape, and there's a lot you can do with that. But if you know all 5 shapes up and down the neck, you can naturally transition from one to another, and it gives you a lot more options with where you hammer on and pull off and slide, bend. It will give you a lot more phrasing options. It will also allow you to jump in and out of the pentatonic no matter where you are on the neck. So if you're playing a chord in a different position, you can jump into the pentatonic in that area rather than having to keep coming back to the one shape that you know. Now this is quite a lot of information for one video, so I'll just add one more thing. I mentioned the major pentatonic before. Well, every minor key has a relative major key. So the A minor is relative to the C major, and C major is relative to A minor. That means that they have the same notes in those two scales. They're just starting on a different root note. The same is true for the pentatonic scales. So the A minor pentatonic scale has a relative major of C major. Simply what that means is if you play the A minor pentatonic starting on the flat 3, that is the C, you will get the C major pentatonic. So first, here's the A minor pentatonic. And now starting on the third, the flat third, the C, here is the C major pentatonic. So if you learn those 5 shapes for the minor pentatonic, you also have all 5 shapes for the major pentatonic. I'll leave it there for today. Try to memorize those 5 shapes and become fluid, moving within them and also between them, and you will have a lot more mastery over both the minor and the major pentatonic. As I said at the start of the video, there's a lot more to this, so in coming videos I'll dive a bit deeper into both of those scales, how they relate to chords, and some other tricks for how you can use them. Remember to like and subscribe to see those videos when they come out, and I'll see you in the next one.